Hey everyone, welcome back to the Humble and Brag podcast. In this episode, we're going to be discussing the 5 reasons you or your business should be on YouTube. I'm going to quiz Ed on this one because it was his idea for this episode. So Ed, without further ado, what are the 5 main reasons that a business or individual, more likely a business, should be on YouTube?
So I've been writing a blog post about this.
Okay.
So I have them nicely categorized. First one is the... I've already
It's already gone. It's already gone.
Can't even think of any. No, the reason. Number one would be the simple scale. So, like everyone knows this more or less, maybe not the exact numbers, but there's like 2.7 billion people using YouTube every month, like unique users basically, which must be quite significantly more than half the complete worldwide internet users. So yeah, obviously a huge platform. What's interesting, if you look at those numbers a bit more closely, is the number of people that actually use it on a kind of daily or or weekly basis. So I think in the US, it's like over 60% of people are using it on a daily basis. And over 90% of internet users are using it on a monthly basis in the US as well. So basically everyone that you could possibly want to reach, that you could potentially reach on the internet, in the US at least, and more so in all the other countries of the world, are using YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's akin to like YouTube, even more so than Facebook and things as well. Really everyone is there, your target audience is there. So that's number one reason. The second reason is basically the resilience of the channel. So one of the things that is always kind of going around at the back of my head when I'm marketing for a company is like, what would happen if we turned off all the paid ads? Like what would happen if all our budget disappeared tomorrow?
That can happen as well.
I mean, it's like basically what last year or so when funding was cut back and things and the whole kind of startup market changed. Those were exactly the conversations that were happening. Okay, maybe not the budget disappearing completely, but definitely being cut quite drastically. And if you have strong organic channels, then okay, it's going to hit your marketing, but it's not going to hit it anything like as hard as a company that really relies on paid only. And as well as organic channels like SEO, I've seen companies that have managed to leverage YouTube to be double-digit percentage of their revenue, and entirely organically as well. So the only costs there are the production costs, and then basically you don't have any distribution costs.
And just to come in there quickly as well, if you get to a certain size on YouTube, then you can also join the YouTube Partner Program, where then the channel, if you get a certain percentage of views, you get a cost per million. It's like the CPM or RPM rates, where you then get paid for your content as well, right?
Exactly.
And if you start producing content that starts ranking and gets a lot of viewership on a daily, monthly basis, you can actually get a return on investment of that content as well. So you have as you said, the upfront costs, but then those can start to be offset by the channel actually generating revenue for the business.
Exactly. I mean, we got to the point with previous companies as well where those that revenue that's coming through AdSense was basically covering all the production costs as well, right?
Yeah. To quite a significant degree as well. If you get into the certain figures, you start to make 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. I mean, you see some creators that share their back end, the information that they have on their YouTube analytics, and they're making tens of thousands every month. Like someone like Ali Abdal, I think makes around 40K a month or something. I saw in one of his updates, which is it's a full-time.
I mean that's literally a few employees as well, isn't it? Right?
Exactly.
So
reason number 3. I'm curious.
Reason number 3. So 3 and 4 are a little bit similar, but from a slightly different perspective. So reason number 3 is the spillover effects that launching a YouTube has, and I'm thinking here more on the company side. So say you bring in some video creators or YouTube strategists. Generally, those people can turn their attention to a number of different social channels or create for YouTube and then repurpose that content for other social channels. Or otherwise assist on the performance marketing side to produce ads and things like that, and also ensure a degree of consistency across all your different video marketing assets as well. So in that sense, it has quite a nice spillover effect and tends to really kind of level up the quality of the content that you put out as well. So I see a lot of companies, a lot of startups particularly, are producing maybe image assets, maybe very simple screenshot video, etc. And with 1 or 2 video marketers, then you can really level the quality of that content up as well. And you kind of like start punching above your weight. So the content that you put out looks like it's produced by a company that is kind of larger than you actually are.
Exactly.
And that has all sorts of knock-on effects of like just communicating a certain degree of trustworthiness and credibility and stuff that I think is kind of subconscious level is kind of understood by potential customers. So that'll be the first three things. The other thing is the multiplier effect. So this one is kind of basic, I guess, but the simple fact that YouTube media is so embeddable and easy to repurpose. So one of the tactics that I used at a couple of companies was basically taking those long form videos, making sure that they had a similar theme to the blog content that we were producing. So a lot of the successful blog posts would be used as inspiration to create a video, take that video and embed it within the article. And immediately you'd see improvements across the board in SEO performance. So partly as a consequence of things like improved session time, but also seeing the video search results and traffic through video search results increase, and getting traffic directly on that video from Google.
Yeah, from Google search,
well.
and definitely seeing videos rank on page 1 in the little video tab.
Exactly,
halfway down the page. And if you add timestamps and chapters, you can see that you can kind of not game it, but you can kind of optimize it for SEO. So then your video clips, the chapters also correspond to search results, and then that'll assist the ranking.
Yeah.
Super powerful.
I mean, I was doing a pitch the other day and used one of the examples from Career Foundry. I can't remember what the keyword was, something quite broad and very competitive, like UX design or so. You type it in, you get the blog article, and you'd actually get 2 videos from Career Foundry, which means then in terms of like, as people talk about real estate on the search page, then already above the fold, then you pretty much have half of that. So yeah, with those things combined, okay, you're probably not going to rank 2 articles within the search results nowadays, but you still can get multiple videos, and you could probably get all 3 spots still.
And they also
so
have
that's pretty huge.
The video
impact.
tab, right?
Exactly. And then you can dominate that entirely.
Exactly.
Still.
Like the UX with Career Foundry and AG and Smart people.
Hopefully no Google product managers are watching this and think, oh, we should change that. That's not quite right.
We should charge people for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. So that was number 4.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that connection with SEO, but you have similar things across the other social channels as well. So definitely you can, if you're producing YouTube shorts or like say you produce a podcast like this, you can obviously cut that up for not only for YouTube, but you can also, like we do, use it across LinkedIn, etc. So those would be the multiplier effects. Another one is that it's multi-channel.
Okay.
So I think there's a way of framing YouTube as a platform rather than a channel. And then a platform has multiple channels. Sounds a bit jargony, but what I mean is basically you can have different video formats. So we already talked about shorts, but then you have lives. You have the long form, obviously. And then also you can do paid marketing, so pre-roll ads, etc., display ads. And then on top of that, you can also run things like influencer campaigns, testimonial campaigns, and things like that. And ideally, you take quite a kind of mature, holistic approach to the channel, and you have some kind of strategy for the platform. That's what I want to say. And so you have a way of, if you think about running influencer marketing campaigns, making sure that every time someone Googles or YouTube searches your brand, that you have influencer videos that pop up from third-party channels, reviewing your product, or doing some kind of entertaining video that gets a lot of organic views, that kind of thing, in order that you get a lot of kind of positive sentiment behind the brand. And then you have your organic search strategy, so you get videos ranking on YouTube search and Google search as well. And then you have some kind of strategy around shorts and lives to engage and nurture leads, for example. And so you want a way of like addressing people at different stages of the funnel, and also just addressing different brand and performance needs by kind of harnessing those different channels within the platform. So I guess to come back to the beginning and substantiate why that's important, basically you have one platform that you can reach a ton of different people in a ton of different ways, and at least 4 or 5 different ways of doing that.
I mean, it's an incredibly versatile platform. We've talked about this in numerous podcast episodes already, but I think it's kind of, you can do so much on it, and then that can have such a spillover effect to wider parts of the business, right? Whether it's embedding, as you mentioned, the videos in blogs, or then filtering down short form content to different channels and like LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, that kind of thing. It's it's kind of amazing that it's also free to publish on, right? I mean, I know you've got upfront production costs, but they don't charge you for a membership, or they don't charge you to publish. But then you have all this amazing organic discoverability on the platform, which is just nuts. Cool. I mean, I saw a number 6 there, but as well, is that like a hidden bonus?
Bonus point.
Bonus.
There is a number
reason?
6. There is a 6
okay.
One in the blog post.
Okay.
And I would just be like, once you've done all these, the first 5 basically, and say you've been producing content for half a year or a year, and you've got some traction, you've got a decent subscriber base, decent audience, etc. Same with the influencer marketing, for example. If you've got 5, 10 influencer marketing videos out there, then you've really created a kind of moat. So I think that kind of language is normally used to talk about product differentiation. But I think there's also a kind of marketing channel differentiation, particularly with organic, that if you put in the effort upfront to produce content for SEO or for YouTube or creating or building social audiences, it's quite difficult for a competitor to catch up with that. Yeah. They can copy a paid marketing quite quickly. They can get a huge investment round and invest in that. But to really scale content takes a lot of companies quite a long time, and maybe they never achieve it because they don't have the skill set. So yeah, for a certain period of time, and particularly with YouTube, you're going to have a very strong competitive advantage with the moat that you've created there.
Absolutely, and we've definitely seen companies do that where you can ring fence certain keywords or topics or titles, and you can make multiple videos in the one topic, essentially, just maybe slightly different offer.
Yeah.
But you can really ring fence that content, and once you start ranking on YouTube, like, I don't know how other people use YouTube, but I tend to just look at the first couple of results. I don't scroll down. And they've also changed the search results now on YouTube as well. So you have things like shorts and ads being embedded in there. So it's less about, ranking in the top 10 results, because it's all quite skewed and broken up. So you really want to be in the top 3. And if you can ring fence those top 3 results for whatever search term you're trying to win for, I think you're golden. And you can go really far.
And you can get multiple videos within those top 3 as well. You can potentially have all 3, right?
Yeah.
But I think the other interesting, when talking about that moat, it seems to be quite an important ranking factor, just the age of the video up until a certain point. So that new video that you produce isn't necessarily going to outrank the video that's 2 or 3 years old.
No.
Because the even if they're have a wonderful YouTube strategy, great YouTube videos, they might even struggle to knock you off the top spot a couple of years later.
Yeah, absolutely. And certainly companies, if they see runaway success in a certain topic or title, we've definitely done this in our various jobs previously with, for example, user experience design topics. But you can just remake the same video almost on an annual basis or even more frequently, and then either it will do less good than the original, which is fine, you've still got that title up there, or it'll just take off and do even better, and then you still rank 2 videos.
I mean, we saw the latter generally, didn't we? It's like, and there you could understand why YouTube would the algorithm there would give that video kind of preferential treatment, because it's probably recognizing that you're updating an existing video and building on, basically making something more current, more actual.
Yeah. I mean, all very valid reasons as well. I think it's
congratulations to the YouTube algorithm for behaving sensibly and logically.
It's a fantastic platform though. But yeah, really interesting rationale for being on it as well.
Yeah, those would be the 5 reasons plus 1.
5 reasons plus a cheeky bonus reason.
Yes. Tip. And by the time this video is out, this podcast, you can click on the link if you're on YouTube to check out the blog post, and that will go into even more detail.
And then we're going to also embed this video in the blog.
Yeah, everything gets very meta.
We do everything we say.
Exactly.
But then also cover it in the podcast as well.
And then you'll see the shorts on LinkedIn or the short form micro content. Yeah. Maybe cut it into, because I categorized it, we could make it into shorts.
Exactly.
Individual shorts. It's very exciting times.
Brilliant. Well, on that note, let's round up there, I think.
Yep.
Anything else you want to add?
No, I'm hungry. I think it's lunchtime.
It is lunchtime. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Humble and Brag podcast. If you've enjoyed the video and it's maybe your first time, subscribe to the channel or give the video a like. It would really help us out. If you're listening on one of the audio platforms, we share this podcast on all good on all good podcast providers, including Spotify. Give it a little review. Give us a little 5-star, maybe 4-star, maybe 5-star. 5-star review would be a huge help. But thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.